Hi, it's Marina the Soul Alchemist. It's time for Pick Your Own Card weekly guidance for the 5th through to the 11th of September. So if you've not had a chance to tune in, I'd like you to just focus on the cards, tune into cards 1, 2, or 3, and I'll reveal the messages, themes, and energies that will support you over the next 7 days. Now, I have a bonus card. This week it's about your blocks and your challenges, things that you need to be mindful of, that you need to be aware of, that may prove to be a block or a challenge this week. So forewarned is forearmed. I'm going to reveal more about that at the end once I've revealed the information for each of these 3 cards. So if you pick card 1, it's the only major card this week, and it's Hilarion. Hilarion is a descended master. He's connected with forensic science, research, mediumship. So you can see that we've got these kind of scientific tools here. We've got these ghostly figures, which kind of connects with the relationship with mediumship and being able to talk with our loved ones of past that have passed over. And we've got Hilarion here who's holding up this big book. And this week it's all about research. It's about focus. It's about bringing your attention. So if you have been lacking focus, if you have had projects on the go or lots of things that just haven't been completed, the energy that I get with this card this week is about being able to bring a sense of completion or closure to certain things. Or if you're trying to make a decision about moving forward in a particular way, maybe taking a program or a course, then there might be some more research needed before you make that decision. If it's not a heartfelt soul yes and feels expansive and it's like, oh my God, I need to dive into this, and it kind of defies all logic. If you don't have that response, it might be that you just need to do a little bit more research, be able to kind of not pacify the ego, but you might just need that extra research to make the decision. So then you can feel that soul yes, and it feels expansive. Obviously, if you kind of do the research and then it feels quite constricted, and then you know that your answer is no, and you can let it go. So there's kind of a couple of messages in there: research, focus, being able to complete things and finish things off this week. Attention to detail, but it really is about being able to have that focus this week, so you can really kind of bring your attention to whatever it is that you need to bring your attention and your focus to, and Hilarion brings that energy for you this week. So very welcome if you've been feeling a little bit all over the place, a little bit scattered, or just feel like you've got lots of loose ends and you would just like to kind of tidy these things up, complete and close them, so then you've got this open and new energy available to then come into your experience and help you in whatever way that it needs to. So Hilarion is card 1. Let me know how those cards resonate, and if you want to go deeper, then please reach out. We can do an empowerment tarot session, money or business session. Anything that will support you. Is 8 cards at 60 minutes. We get into the nuts and bolts of what's going on for you in the next 3 months, but also you get Akashic Record healing around the challenge or the money block or the business blocks, whatever the focus is. We will clear those from your Akashic Records as well. So it kind of just smooths the way for you to move forward. There's always lots of practical action and tips that also come through in those sessions. If you pick card 2, this is it might not be a surprise. It's a card. It's the most popular card of 2022. It's the War of the Roses. And it's like, oh my God, this card has come up again. It's relationships, it's connection to our ego, connection to our heart. So there's a battle. Well, there isn't a battle. The battle is finished. It's kind of, we've come to a standstill, a truce, a compromise perhaps. And so the War of the Roses, this could be in your physical relationships, your family relationships, your intimate relationships, where it's not in battle. We're at a pause point. So we're pausing this week. And this is the beauty of the pause. This is where we see the value in the pause. It allows us to understand the situation, whether it's with ourselves or with somebody else, in a new, fresh light, with new perspective, new pair of glasses on to see maybe what you weren't seeing before. So there's an opportunity to break the pattern, to pattern interrupt, to have this pause, to be able to respond and not react. So if your normal response is to react, then you're stuck in a pattern, you're stuck in a cycle of behavior or mindset or emotionality that doesn't bring that fresh perspective. And that's why this is a welcome card, because it allows the pause so you can see it in a different way or feel it in a different way. And it gives you that time out to then choose your response from a place of neutrality, or from, as I say, from a different perspective, understanding maybe the other person's point of view that you've not done before, or see it from a place of compassion and empathy, which maybe, again, you haven't done it before because you're coming from a place of wounding, and so you were always triggered, and you reacted in the way that you did, which is fine. There's nothing bad about that. We should validate those feelings as well. They needed to be heard. But this is a new phase, and we are being given the opportunity to now see it in a different way. So then we choose how we then respond and move off the battlefield, take different action, and guess what? We get a different result. So it is actually a really positive card. We just need to see it in that way. So the War of the Roses, time for pausing, time for reflection and new perspective, new way of responding to the things that bring battles in your experience. And as I say, it's probably likely that it will be your head or your ego and your heart or your soul, and that could be the battle there. So moving through that pattern as well, the self-sabotage. So again, let me know how that card resonates. And if you want to go deeper with your own empowerment tarot, money or business tarot session, 8 cards, 60 minutes, Akashic Record healing, get into the nuts and bolts of what's really going on, how your next 3 months is going to look, the energetics of it. And also we do Akashic Record healing around the challenges that are held within the cards. So let me know if you would like that support, just to kind of finish off your 2022 in style with a breakthrough of some kind, then please do reach out. Now, if you pick card 3, completely different, connecting really well with card 1. And I would say that all of these cards usually will resonate for all of you in some kind of way. So do always listen to all cards. Setting your course, new fresh energy. Look at the movement in this card. There's momentum. There's kind of like following that rainbow. There's this focus and the determination, and there's the clarity. We've got these really beautiful kind of blue skies. Everything is being kind of swept out of the way. We've got the wind in the sails, and we're kind of progressing forward. We've got support behind us as well. So it's clarity, it's focus, it's understanding where you need to go. And how you're going to get there. Now, we sometimes don't have to worry about the how, but it's just having the intention. This is what I want to focus my time and energy on. When we have that clarity, then really the how doesn't need to we don't really need to be concerned about that. It's just that we're taking action in order to get ourselves closer. We're taking those steps, even if it's baby steps, towards that goal. That's what gets us there. But quite often we can lose momentum, we can lose motivation, we can kind of get a little bit stuck in a rut, we then get a bit confused, we then start to doubt ourselves, and we don't know where we're going next. So this is welcome energy for those that have been feeling like that. You're going to feel like this breath of fresh air is coming through this week. You start to gain some clarity and focus, and we can start to chase, or not even chase, we start to grab those rainbows. Now, the rainbow for me is, for this particular week, is about the intentions and the focus and the time and the energy being on things that are soul aligned, that feel good, that are heart expanders, not things that feel heavy, that weigh us down, that feel obligatory and have to's and should do's. This is kind of being expansive, it's being joyful, it's taking a risk, it feels fearful, but there's excitement in there, there's the unknown. That is the energy of this rainbow. So that is what the captain is following. So are you following your heart desires and dreams, even in the smallest way? Are you following them, or are you following and putting your time and energy into things that are not really supporting or bringing expansion or growth or excitement or joy or happiness into your life? And if you are spending a lot of time on those things, then how can you readdress that balance and start to do a little bit more of this? It can be done in very, very simple ways, such as breathing in a very mindful way for 5 minutes a day, that could be the thing that you need to set your intention for. Really focus on that. It's a small thing which could have massive impact. And obviously, you know, it's going to be heart-led. It's because you're connecting with yourself. There's nothing not heart-led about connecting with yourself, believe me. The more we can do it, the more that we move mountains and we move forward. So setting your course, let me know how that resonates. And of course, if you want to go deeper with your own Empowerment Tarot, business or money session, then reach out. 8 cards, 60 minutes, Akashic Record healing around whatever blocks that present themselves in the cards. But this is a beautiful way just to finish off 2022, get your kind of forecast for the next 3 months, and get those practical actions that will support you in achieving that. So your bonus card is about your blocks and your challenges. Understanding these will give you a little bit of foresight, forearmed, forewarned. It's the Akashic field. I'm not sure if we've had this as a bonus card before, but the Akashic field doesn't come up that often. So it's the forces, it's about our energy, it's about our connection to ourselves, connections to the environment. And what I really picked up on when I kind of tuned into this card, obviously we've got this energy of this green, but what this is bringing up is heart healing. So the block and the challenge this week is heart healing. So it might be that in some way you are triggered by perhaps a relationship of the past, could be a family connection, a friend connection, but there's I wouldn't see this as a negative. This is, if you are feeling triggered, you are feeling that wound, that pain, that hurt, or are reminded, and there's still something there that's kind of twinging, you don't feel completely neutral about it, then that's just an invitation for you to do some more heart healing. So there's always positives here, but this is kind of forewarned, forearmed, that it might be unexpected heart healing, something that triggers your heart in some way. And it could be also connected, I'm being given now, connected to grief and loss. So again, we go through those cycles of where, we do the healing and we start to get to a place where we're feeling good, and then something reminds us, and that grief and that loss can come back to us in, quite a deep and painful way. It won't be as deep and it won't be as painful, but it's just an invitation to be compassionate with ourselves, be forgiving, but allow ourselves to receive healing. That was also the message that I got with this bonus card, was to be able to receive the healing, allow others to support you with your healing journey. So whether that means reaching out to somebody that can help you, like a counselor, it could be, somebody that does Reiki. That's a really beautiful way to receive energy healing for things like this. Obviously, if you want to do any Akashic work and pendulum alchemy that I do, in terms of releasing and looking at patterns, programs, releasing karmic blocks, whatever it might be, there is an opportunity, an invitation for you to do that this week. So heart healing on some level may be required, could be your block, could be your challenge this week. Allow yourself to be supported by others in being able to work through some of that heart healing. So how did you get on with those cards? Do let me know in the comments. And as I said, if you want to have a one-to-one session with me, with the tarot, with anything else, actually, alchemy, Akashic alchemy, or you would like to learn how to use your Akashic records in my Akashic training program, which is the Akashic Code, then please do reach out. Otherwise, have a fabulous, fabulous week, and I'll see you in 7 days. Love and blessings.